Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to talk about a topic that I believe everyone is interested in. Whether you are in a romantic relationship, building friendships, or simply want to connect more deeply with the important women in your life, mother, sister, female colleagues, you ever feel like, despite your good intentions, despite your efforts to express yourself, what you say doesn't really land with the listener, or even causes misunderstanding or distance? We live in a world where communication seems so easy, via text, social media, but truly connecting with words, making others feel heard, appreciated, and loved, is an art. Perhaps you have wished there were some magic words, special phrases that when you utter them, the woman you are talking to will feel truly happy, cared for, and love you more. Today, we will together explore words that women usually really like, delving into not empty formulas, but principles of sincere communication, types of words that show respect, understanding, and appreciation, things that when you apply them, will surely help you build stronger and more meaningful relationships with the women around you. Especially within the diverse culture and relationships in the U.S. Dear friends, for young and middle-aged people in the U.S., building and maintaining healthy relationships is very important for personal happiness and success in life. And in those relationships, communication plays a key role. Particularly, how we communicate with women can deeply affect trust, intimacy, both emotional and physical, conflict resolution, and the sense of security in a relationship. Studies in relationship psychology and communication have shown that people who are able to express appreciation, understanding, and support through words often have more stable, happy, and long-lasting relationships. Learning to use language skillfully and sincerely is not just about pleasing others, but about building a solid foundation for connection and love. So, what kind of words, what kind of communication, that when you use them, will make the woman you are talking to feel appreciated and loved? We will delve into these secrets. Not manipulation, but sincerity. The first secret, the one who sees the small things, is words expressing genuine appreciation and recognition. Everyone wants to be seen and appreciated for who they are and what they do. General compliments are easy to say, but specific and sincere praise truly touches the heart. Why are appreciation and recognition so liked by women? Because they show you are paying attention. You see their efforts, and you value their presence and contribution in your life. It builds self-esteem and strengthens the feeling of being loved. Example: instead of just saying, "You are so beautiful," try saying something more specific. "I like the way you smile. It lights up the whole room." Or, "That dress, shirt looks great on you. It really flatters your figure." Or, "I truly appreciate you taking the time to help me." Specify the action. Or, "You handled the situation." Specify the situation, so skillfully and calmly. "I admire your." Specify the quality. Work. In a meeting, publicly acknowledge a female colleague's specific contribution. I want to recognize colleague's name. Detailed analysis on this issue. It really helped us see the bigger picture. Family. Thank your mother, wife, sister for a small but thoughtful gesture they made. Thank you, Mom, for the delicious meal and for your care. I know you worked hard. How to do it? Pay attention to the small things about the women around you, their efforts, qualities, kind actions, and when you see them, express your appreciation specifically and sincerely with words. Set a goal to say one specific word of appreciation to a woman in your life every day per week. The second secret, the one who puts themselves in others' shoes, is words expressing empathy and understanding. When someone is sharing about difficulties, sadness, or disappointment, what they need most is not advice, but the feeling of being understood, of knowing that their feelings are valid. Why are understanding and empathy so important? Because they create a safe space allowing others to express their true feelings. Strengthen trust, and show that you care about their inner world. Example: when a female friend is sharing about a bad day at work, instead of saying, "Just get over it," or, "What's the big deal?" try saying, "I understand. It sounds like today was really tough for you." Or, "That must be really frustrating. I can see you are feeling," specify the emotion. Disappointed, tired, or, "It's completely normal and valid for you to feel," emotion, about, situation. Work. When a colleague shares about deadline pressure, instead of just focusing on solutions, start by saying, "I understand how big this deadline pressure is. You've been working hard." Family. When a teenage daughter is sad about a relationship issue, instead of judging, say, "Mom, Dad knows you are feeling very sad right now. That's really difficult." Mechanism. Empathetic words activate brain regions related to social connection and reduce activity in stress-related regions, helping the listener feel less isolated and stressed. How to do it? Listen actively when others are sharing, don't interrupt. Focus. Try to put yourself in their shoes to feel what they feel. And use phrases that express understanding and validate their feelings. The third secret, the listener with the whole heart, is words demonstrating active listening and validating their perspective. Being sincerely listened to is a gift. When you show that you are truly receiving and processing what others are saying, you are showing deep respect. Why are active listening and validating perspectives appreciated? Because they show you are listening not just with your ears, but with your mind. You care about their thoughts, and you value their voice in the conversation. Example: after the woman speaks, you can summarize what you heard in your own words. "If I understand correctly, your point is," rephrase their point. This not only helps you confirm information but also shows you are listening. Or say, "That's a really interesting, insightful perspective. I hadn't thought of that." Or, "Thank you for sharing that with me. I appreciate you trusting me." Work. In a meeting, when a female colleague offers an idea, you can say, "Thank you, colleague's name, for that idea. I want to make sure I understand correctly." Your point is, summarize their idea. Family. When your wife, mother is expressing her perspective on a family issue, listen and say, "I understand your perspective now. Thank you for sharing." Mechanism. Validating perspectives reduces defensiveness, encourages openness, and strengthens the feeling of being respected in communication. How to do it? In important conversations, focus completely on the speaker. Turn off phone. Maintain eye contact. Use active listening techniques like nodding, verbal affirmations, and summarizing or asking clarifying questions. The fourth secret, the steady companion, is words expressing support and partnership. When facing difficulties, knowing that someone is by your side, ready to help, is a great source of strength. Why are support and partnership so important? Because they create a sense of security in the relationship, helping the woman feel she is not alone in facing challenges, and strengthening her trust in you. Example: when your partner is worried about a work project, say, I'm here for you. Or, is there anything I can do to support you? Or, we'll get through this together. Or simply, you've got this. I believe in you. Work. When a colleague is struggling with a task, say, I'm happy to help you with this. Family. When your children are facing exam pressure, say, Mom, Dad is always here to support you. How to do it? Pay attention to when the women in your life are facing difficulties or need help, and proactively express your willingness to support with words. Importantly, words should be accompanied by action if possible. The fifth secret, the one who respects independence, is words expressing respect for autonomy and individual opinions. Respecting a woman as an independent individual with her own thoughts, feelings, and decisions is fundamental to a healthy and equal relationship. Why is respecting autonomy and individual opinions valued? Because it shows you see the woman as an adult, capable of thinking and deciding for herself, not trying to control or impose. Example: when discussing an issue, ask, what are your thoughts on this? Your opinion is very important to me. Or, I respect your decision. Whatever it is. Or, it's up to you. And I'll support you. Work. In a meeting. When discussing a strategy, ask female colleagues for their opinions and listen openly. Family. Respect your children's career or life choices, even if you have different thoughts. How to do it? In conversations, listen to the woman's opinions seriously. Even if you disagree, use phrases that express respect for their right to make decisions and choices. The sixth secret, the sincerely open heart, is words expressing vulnerability and trust, when appropriate. Sharing your true feelings, deep thoughts, and vulnerabilities, in a healthy way, can create a very strong emotional connection and show that you trust the woman enough to open up. Why are vulnerability and trust important? Because they break down barriers, create genuine closeness, and encourage others to also open up to you. They build a deeper level of emotional intimacy compared to just surface-level communication. Example: after a difficult day, you can share with your partner, today I'm feeling a bit, specify emotion, sad, disappointed, because of, specify situation, or, it means a lot to me that you, specify action. I trust you enough to share this. Note: this requires consideration of context, level of intimacy, and should not be overused to become constant complaining. Mechanism: vulnerability, when met with acceptance, activates the attachment system in the brain, strengthening trust and closeness. How to do it? Choose the right time and person to share your deep feelings or thoughts. Start with small things and gradually increase the level of openness as the relationship develops. The seventh secret, the one who remembers details, is words showing you remember small details. Remembering small things that others share shows you are truly listening and care about their life. Why is remembering details so liked by women? Because it proves that they are important to you. You value their words and their life. Example: in the next conversation, you can refer back to something they shared before. You were telling me about your job interview last week. How did it go? Or, I remembered you like your coffee, specify type. I got you some. Or, I remembered what you said about, specify detail, and I did, specify related action. Mechanism: recalling information shows attention and the value you place on the speaker. Reinforcing the feeling of being recognized. How to do it? Actively listen and remember small details when others share about their life, hobbies, or important events. Make referring back to these details a natural part of your communication. The eighth secret, the one who admires qualities, is words expressing admiration for her qualities and strengths, beyond just compliments on physical appearance. Appreciating her intelligence, kindness, resilience, humor, etc., shows you see and value her whole person. Why is admiring qualities important? Because it nourishes self-esteem from within, showing you see them not just by appearance but by their core values. Example: I really admire how you always stay calm in difficult situations. Or, you are so smart, creative, funny. Or, I learn so much from you. Work: praise a female colleague's problem-solving skills or leadership qualities. Family: admire your mother's patience in taking care of the family. Or your daughter's intelligence. How to do it: pay attention to the qualities you genuinely admire in the woman. And when there is an opportunity, express your admiration sincerely and specifically. The ninth secret, the one who commits and values the relationship, is words affirming your commitment and the value of the relationship. Knowing that the relationship is important to you and you are committed to building it creates a sense of security and stability. Why is this affirmation important? Because it dispels insecurity and strengthens trust in the future of the relationship. Example: I really value our relationship. Or, you mean a lot to me. Or, I'm so glad you are in my life. Or, I'm committed to building a specify goal, good future, happy family with you. This needs to fit the context and seriousness of the relationship. How to do it: periodically, when it feels sincere and appropriate. Express the value of the relationship to you with words. No need to be overly flowery. Just sincere. The 10th secret, sincerity in words, is the power of thank you and I'm sorry when sincere. These basic words, when spoken sincerely, have great power to heal and build trust. Why are sincere thank you and apology important? Because they show respect, responsibility, and the ability to acknowledge mistakes. This is fundamental to any healthy relationship. Example: thank you so much for specify action. Or, I really appreciate it. Or, I am truly sorry for specify mistake. I realize now that it made you feel specify impact. How to do it: make saying thank you when someone does something for you, no matter how small, a habit. And when you make a mistake, be brave enough to sincerely apologize and try to make amends. Fueling your communication skills. Nutrition for presence and empathy. Effective communication requires mental clarity, emotional regulation, energy, and the ability to be truly present and empathetic. A healthy diet supports these cognitive and emotional functions, helping you become a better communicator and listener. Eating for a clear mind and open heart. Nourishing your communication abilities. Integrating food section. Focus on cognitive function. Energy, mood, stress management. A diet that supports overall brain health, stable energy, and emotional well-being provides the foundation for more patient, empathetic, and attentive communication. Omega-3 fatty acids support brain structure and function, improving memory, concentration, and emotional regulation, helping you listen attentively, remember what's shared, stay focused on the conversation, and manage your own emotions during discussions. Sources: fatty fish, salmon, sardines, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. Mechanism: build brain cell membranes, influence neurotransmitters related to mood and focus, reduce inflammation. Complex carbohydrates, provide stable energy for sustained mental engagement in conversations. Preventing fatigue that can make you impatient or distracted. Sources: whole grains, beans, lentils, sweet potatoes. Mechanism: steady glucose supply for the brain. Lean protein provides amino acids for neurotransmitter synthesis, affecting mood, focus, and alertness, and supports sustained energy. Sources: chicken, fish, beans, eggs. Mechanism: building blocks for brain chemicals and sustained energy. B vitamins, essential for energy metabolism and nervous system function, helping to reduce fatigue and support cognitive function needed for listening and responding thoughtfully. Sources: whole grains, lean protein, eggs, leafy greens. Mechanism: support energy production, aid nerve function. Antioxidant-rich foods protect brain cells from stress and inflammation, which are crucial for overall cognitive health and emotional resilience. Necessary for empathetic communication. Sources: berries, colorful vegetables. Hydration. Dehydration can impair cognitive function and make you feel irritable, hindering effective communication. Sources: water, herbal tea. How to incorporate simple ideas to support better communication. Ensure you are not hungry or overly tired before important conversations. Have a balanced meal or snack beforehand. Avoid excessive sugar or caffeine, which can make you jumpy or anxious. Mechanism summary: these nutrients support the brain and body, providing the energy, focus, emotional stability, and mental clarity needed to be a more present, empathetic, and effective communicator and listener in all your relationships. Simple recipe ideas focus on supporting communication. A small handful of nuts before a difficult conversation. A balanced lunch before a key meeting. A smoothie with berries, greens, seeds to boost mental energy for a date. Focus on nourishing, non-disruptive foods. Nutritional advice, warnings. Nutrition is a supportive tool but not a substitute for communication skills practice or addressing underlying emotional issues. Consult a doctor or registered dietitian for personalized advice, especially if you have health conditions affecting energy, mood, or cognition. Describing users' feelings. Before understanding the power of these words, perhaps you often felt frustrated by unsatisfactory conversations, felt misunderstood, causing conflict or distance in relationships, felt ineffective in communication, or simply felt at a loss for what to say to connect. But as you begin to practice these principles of sincere communication, you will feel an amazing transformation. You will feel a deeper connection with the woman. Feel trusted, understood, and met with appreciation. Relationships become closer and stronger. You feel more effective in expressing your thoughts and feelings, and find joy in building meaningful connections. Using idioms and advice from older generations. An older generation says, "Words cost no money to buy. Choose them carefully to please each other," meaning the importance of choosing words wisely and respectfully to build good relationships. Our grandparents often taught, "When you eat the fruit, remember the person who planted the tree." Be sure to express gratitude and appreciation for what others have done for you. There is a proverb that says, "Listening is gold." The ability to truly listen to others is more important than saying something impressive. Bringing it all together. The power of sincere words. Building stronger relationships with women. Using language sincerely and skillfully is an invaluable skill in building and nurturing relationships with women. especially important in the diverse life and relationships in the U.S. From expressing appreciation, understanding, active listening, showing support, respecting autonomy, opening up trust, remembering details, admiring qualities, affirming the value of the relationship, to using sincere thank yous and apologies. Each aspect contributes to creating deep and meaningful connections. By practicing these principles, combined with taking care of yourself through nutrition and a healthy lifestyle to be in the best state for communication, you are investing in healthy, happy, and sustainable relationships. Advice and recommendations. Remember that sincerity is the most important factor. Don't use these words mechanically or insincerely. Pay attention to your body language when communicating. It is just as important as your words. Be patient with yourself. Changing communication habits takes time and practice. If you are experiencing significant difficulties in communication or in your relationships, do not hesitate to seek help from a relationship counselor or therapist. Dear friends, the power of words is immense. When used sincerely and with love, they can build strong bridges of connection and make our relationships with women more beautiful and meaningful than ever before. Don't hesitate to share a favorite word you have received, or a question about communication in relationships, or an experience that taught you about the power of words in the comments section below. Our community is here to learn and share together. And if you found this video helpful and want to explore more tips on building healthy relationships, improving communication skills, and enhancing the quality of your life, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next videos.